Welcome back to the Listen Up podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we've got me, Nick.
Attention everyone, this is a negative advertisement for Spectrum Internet. Do not buy Spectrum Internet.
Jordan.
Do not handle. Oh, yes.
And joining us this week is Ethan.
Can you believe these gas prices, man? I can't even fill up my car anymore.
This week, we're going to be taking a look at Carrie Lowell by Sufjan Stevens, released in 2015, and it was picked by Ethan. Really quick, before we get into that, if you want to keep up with the show, you can find us on Twitter at ListUpPodcast, and on Instagram at ListenUpPod. That's where we're going to make any announcements regarding the show or merch. Most of the time, the announcements are on time. But speaking of merch, if you'd like to support the show, you can find merch at interestpointproductions.com. And that's also going to be in the link tree of those social accounts. So yeah, regarding the album for this week, Ethan, why did you choose this album for your return to the show?
Well, let's see. I mean, last time we covered, my electronic music fetish. And then before that, my classic rock music fetish, and now we're just going into straight up normalizing sad music, because it's okay to feel sad, and
it's good stuff.
I love feeling sad.
You got to embrace it.
Exactly.
I thought last week our guest Gonzo, he had something. He said something that I had never thought about when listening to sad music that I actually really agreed with. That like it doesn't always make you sad. Like it's a lot of it's really beautiful, but like a lot of it has main character vibes, is what he said. It kind of like,
a good way of putting it.
Yeah. It makes you like feel like those emotions are validated in a way, and it's right. It's nice.
Yeah, I think sad music is just like a lot more relatable in a way. I mean, like it's all fine to listen to like those party jams and stuff like that, but I don't go to parties that often. But I mean, like, I do feel sad a lot, and that's okay.
Exactly.
I feel you. Party
but yeah,
jam?
so that's why I showed it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like we haven't been on a sad run recently or anything. We did Process by Sampha last week. That was like that was relatively sad, but like before that was The Dream by Alt J. That wasn't all sad, It
wasn't all sad. Some of it was sad, but it wasn't all sad.
But I feel like we've got a groove for this, we're
for sadness.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We've done Phoebe Bridgers. We've done Dawes is kind of sad, I guess.
We've done Southeastern.
Yeah. How did I forget that? We've got a lane, and we're.
I'm gonna add a column to this spreadsheet and say sad and happy, and then we can filter by sad.
Okay. Good point.
22 a million, not sad, but could be.
I feel you.
Possibly.
Depending on your own mood.
Oh, interesting.
Your own mood. Same with Circles.
Oh, very true. Good point.
True.
Still Sleep. Let's see.
Wait. Dirtbag by Blueface? Heartbreaking.
Ooh, yeah.
I know. I was sad listening to it. I thought that was the goal of it, the album.
Oh.
Said now he looking like a bagel.
Oh. That's a deep cut. I'm sure.
That was actually the demo of that song.
Yeah.
He decided to turn it into a rap song.
What is that actual song?
Minute.
Just for reference, Jordan.
Oh God, Bust Down. It's
Bust Down. Yeah, listener, if you want to hear an incredibly sad song, listen to "Bust Down" by Blueface. It'll
music video done by Lyrical Lemonade. Also, just wanted to plug. You guys, you want to watch the music video? Well, it's cool.
But yeah. Anyways,
Really funny,
They don't.
He goes, "Ooh, let me drive the bus." In it also, which I think was also a TikTok sound. Now that I think about it, just really quickly, but they like plug in the controller and start. Anyways, Sufjan.
No, can we? God damn it!
That is getting clipped. That is going on the fucking. We're making a clip. Out of that.
Really
Holy
cool
shit.
guy.
So, Sufjan.
Okay, first of all, I was gonna ask, Carrie and Lowell.
Lol.
Lol. Do you know
didn't even listen
who
to the
they
song,
are
bro.
in reference to the artist?
Yeah, that's so. Carrie is Sufjan's mother, and Lowell is his stepfather.
Stepfather. Okay.
Yeah. So
she
this
was like estranged when he was young,
Mhm.
and she died of stomach cancer. But he still
Oh.
kicks it with the stepdad. They started a record label together
Oh wow.
called
Asthmatic
Asthmatic Kitty, which is a fucking baller ass
It's so
record
cool.
label name. I love that that record label. name.
Asthmatic. What?
asthmatic kitty.
Like a cat with asthma.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's basically
Cat-
I think
basically
Asthma.
you.
the
Jordan.
logo is a cat taking a hit of some albuterol.
Exactly.
Dude,
It's pretty great.
all
Cat
too
puffing
real.
that
Dude.
albuterol.
All too real.
Wait, do you have asthma, Jamie?
No, Zach does.
I was
So
about
I've
to say,
known
I was
about
like,
asthma for a long time.
like, as if people usually don't know what albuterol is who don't have asthma, I was like, how the hell do you know that?
Who's your aunt?
I know things, you know.
Jamie and I have been surrounded by asthma-ridden friends our whole life. So
Ah,
we
okay.
we understand the complexities of the chronic illness that is asthma.
Yeah,
We know
it's a
the
lot
vibe.
of fun.
We know the vibes. We know the vibe.
We know the vibes.
As big asthma vibes.
Big asthma vibes.
big asthma guy.
But yeah, I know that they've like came out with at least one album together that like that his stepdad is credited as like a second artist on, but like they're I haven't listened to much of that album. I'm honestly not super familiar with Sufjan's work outside of this and that song he did for "Call Me by Your Name," "Mystery of Love."
Right.
That's a great
Yeah.
song.
It's a great song.
Yeah, but
What is Call Me? Was that a movie? What is Call Me by Your Name?
yeah, it was a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the gay movie, the
It
Italian one with what's his face?
Timothy Chalamet. That was like one of his.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
is
one
that
of his
movie?
first
Okay.
Yeah,
movies. Yeah,
Timothy Chalamet. Yeah,
yeah, and Army Hammer.
where he makes love to an apricot.
I think it's a peach. I haven't seen it, but
He fucks a peach?
It's an apricot.
my bad. I shouldn't have.
Not that I've seen the scene plenty of times.
Wait,
but-
but
I'm gonna fuck this McChicken.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that song,
Um,
great one.
yeah, he's got plenty of great albums. He does a lot of experimenting and like I forgot the electronic album that he did before this one. It was in like 2012.
He's dabbled in like a lot of electronic music. I think. Like,
I didn't
Yeah.
know he was like 47.
huh?
He was born in 1975. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yep,
I had
46?
this. Yeah, depending on when his birthday was, I guess.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I thought he was like 25.
No.
No,
He's
I mean
old.
not.
I thought he was
not
like
quite
30
at that
something.
point, but I definitely didn't think he was almost 50.
I know. I know. At one point in his career, he said that he was going to make an album for all 50 states, and he made like 2 of them, and then he stopped. I think.
That's a lot of
work.
music to produce, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, like not
Maybe-
an
maybe
album
a
with
song.
a song for all 50, but like an
No.
album for all 50 states. How would you even make like fucking? How would you make that good? What the fuck are
Well,
you gonna
I
do with
mean,
like?
The 2 that he did,
Wyoming.
Illinois and Michigan, both were incredible albums.
Oh.
super personal to him.
I know, like I know,
I can see that being good, but like,
But
Montana.
I mean, oh yeah,
gonna say-
what do you
No,
write
Montana
about that?
could be
Huh?
cool.
Wyoming?
Ohio?
No, dude, he's gonna go to Indiana, dude.
that's a better
I've
example.
seen a lot of Indiana slander on my timeline recently. So
Montana could be
Illinois,
dope. Ranching.
I mean, Montana could be good with like the Big Sky Country, but that's like 3 songs probably. So like,
Right.
Fair.
Give us the North Carolina album.
where was the Unabomber? Was he Idaho or Montana? Throw him in there. That's another song.
Throw him in there.
Honestly,
Well,
a good point. He makes so many
what?
like he makes so many like
New Mexico.
mythical and like very specific like old factual references on this album. Like he could figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
What?
he could, but like he'd probably die before he completed it.
Fair.
He could. I mean, you know.
honestly,
Maybe
Not even
EPs.
50 yet.
You could do
He's good.
50 state EPs, I think.
That
Sure.
could work. That could work.
EPs. Songs.
Yeah, like 3 to 4 songs. That's
They'll
probably
get a
more
little
doable.
ditty. That's it.
Bro, Florida, that one's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna sound like Pitbull.
I want to. I want to hear the Sufjan trap beat. Like
God.
Sufjan Latin trap beat album.
Hell yeah! I was thinking I wanted
It's
to hear
coming.
some like his take on like
Sufjan Miami music.
the like Atlanta scene, like triplet flow rap type type beat.
Oh,
Sufjan
shit,
X
yeah.
Migos.
Yeah, exactly. Featuring
Sufjan
Migos.
X Young Thug. He just goes like
Could be
super
dope.
high pitched.
I feel like-
he's Andre 3000 hops on a track.
If it was done,
Nothing's more attractive.
if it was
What?
done correctly, this could be a great idea. Like Sufjan Young
Honestly.
Thug, I could see that. Like a
That
Andre
one I
guest
feel like
verse.
would be the best out of all the other fucking
I feel like,
artists we just
or
named.
like Sufjan and like Gideon, or like
Is he
who
from
else?
Atlanta?
Honestly, don't know.
Wow.
I thought his name was. Wait, what did you say his name was?
Gideon.
Okay, never mind. I don't know who you're talking about.
He goes,
Okay, fair.
2:30, won't you come and meet me by the bean?
Chicago Freestyle by Drake.
The Bean,
Yeah.
the Chi-Town Bean.
Oh, he also did that song where it's like, you probably saw it on TikTok. It was like, just like the day that I met you, the day
Oh,
I
yeah.
last
Yeah, I know
forever.
that
it's cold outside,
Heartbreak
like when you
Anniversary,
walk
right?
down my life.
Right.
What?
Heartbreak
Anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
are talking about the same person. I really thought his name was Gideon. It's Giveon.
Yes, Giveon.
Fake fan. Fake fan.
This ain't Gravity
I
Falls,
like the
buddy.
song. I never said I was a fan of him. I don't understand that reference.
I honestly
know.
have only heard Gideon in that show, and that's why it came into my brain.
Gideon's
Because I was
from
like,
the
St.
Bible,
Gravity Falls.
oh, true, the Bible also.
Gibby's trumpets or whatever the fuck, right?
Oh, yeah. Behold, he comes riding on the clouds at the trumpets.
What are you talking
Lift
about?
your voice, year of jubilee.
He's
Out
talking
of
about
Zion
Gideon's
till
trumpet.
salvation.
Some sort of
Anyways,
hymn, I guess.
anyways,
I don't know.
Bro, you go to a contemporary church, bro. You're gonna learn some songs. Okay.
I did not. I went to our music was basically blues, and that,
Oh,
I fucked
that's
with
dope.
that.
Lose.
Anyways, biblical references. I'm surprised Gideon didn't show up on this
Aplenty.
album. There's so many on
Honestly.
Visions of Gideon is on the Call Me By Your Name album.
Oh,
this. Okay.
Oh, that's
We're
actually
close.
so.
It's there.
it all comes back to Gideon.
Yeah.
Did he
Time is a
all
flat
roads.
circle.
did he do like a whole album for that movie?
He had, let's see, I know it's quite a few. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 songs he did for Call Me By Your Name.
Wow. I'm a fake fan now. I thought he just had the one.
Man,
that-
it's
that blew
it's
up.
crazy typing "Call Me by Your Name" in Google and seeing the just like auto completes.
Oh
"Call Me
no.
by Your Name" lyrics, book, Lil Nas X, full movie,
Oh.
peach scene.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a peach. Wait,
You guys
is it a
don't know what
peach?
a fucking apricot
you,
is.
you heard it here first, folks. We got the facts on this podcast.
Hang on.
You've been watching a different scene, buddy.
Apricot
You're looking
moment.
up apricot.
But
He's like, no, I swear somebody was eating an apricot. I promise you.
Bro, I just read just blurb about that describes what that scene is. That's horrific.
What do you mean it's horrific?
Jamie, you don't
Okay.
have the context, all right? You don't have
Exactly.
the nuance,
Watch
bro.
the movie, man.
Bro, the dude
Cut the
fucks a
nuance.
peach, and then the other one sees what happens, and then tries to eat it. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What context more do I need?
You haven't seen the movie. I haven't either.
That's objectively
tries-
fucked up.
He tries to eat the peach pit. Therefore, you should like the.
Oh, Jamie is
The
a fan of
theme, yeah.
Peach Pit. Resident
Bro,
Peach Pit.
Imap's
stand.
playing Ookie Cookie with a peach. What do you mean?
Oh god.
Cut it out, bro.
That's
an
an internet
apricot.
deep cut for you.
Disgusting, bro.
Our
I don't even
audience
think I
doesn't
get
skew
that.
young, actually, so never mind. Actually, maybe if you're old enough, you also didn't have to deal with knowing what that is. The burden of knowledge.
The burden.
The burden of.
The bird.
Yeah, so I knew
of knowing what NFTs are.
I knew one song off of this album before
Oh, really?
we did it, and it was 4th of July.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is going to be a sad album. And it was. This was a very sad album. It lived up to that.
It did. 4th of July is like the saddest one on there, other than like
I know.
Maybe
and for
the
some
only
reason, that's
thing?
the one I knew. Yeah, and I like, and so I like was hesitant. I never checked out this album because I liked the like emotional depth the 4th of July had. I just didn't love his like vocal delivery, which I still.
really okay.
If I had to choose like a drawback to the album, I just don't really like his like, I don't know, his like style and delivery vocally. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's kind of who is that fuck? It's I think it's my same issue I have with Andy Schauf. I like the songwriting and everything. I just can't do his voice. I don't know why.
I got you.
It's like it feels hollow.
Andy
I don't
Yeah.
know how to describe it other than that.
Andy's voice is pretty unique and different, I think. But I feel like almost with how whispery and like breathy his voice is on this album, like you would like it a little more. Maybe just because you like Peach Pit a lot. Peach Pit, Neil's voice isn't super breathy. I guess it's just kind of like smooth and like airy. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like
And yeah, that's where it's like I can't. That's why I can't put a finger on like why I like this delivery of that kind of thing. I don't fuck with, but like Neil's delivery, I heavily fuck with, and I don't know why.
I mean, at times in this one,
just doesn't
I
have
could
the
see
je ne
it.
sais quoi.
Yeah, kind of on the verge of like whiny almost.
yeah.
Because
I
I
can see it a
could
little
see
bit.
how that could be a little annoying. Personally, I love his voice,
Yeah,
but yeah, I can see how people could get a little sick of it.
yeah. I mean, I really like the songwriting and like the music is for the most part. I also really like it as well, like the arrangement and all that shit. But his voice is kind of like the barrier to entry for me to like really,
Yeah.
really fuck with it. I don't know why. But I did like I actually really enjoyed The Only Thing. You had mentioned that also being
Yeah.
one of the saddest. But I think it's, in my opinion, like the best song on the album to me.
It's my it's
just
my
'cause I
favorite
also
song
like
on the
It's
album.
my favorite too.
Whoa, Jordan, was it your
Look
favorite?
it up. What?
You know, it actually was.
Whoa!
Jordan, you don't have
You
to
know which song it
don't
was?
pretend.
What?
You-
Talking about it.
No, I like really fucked with the I don't know, like the idea of
I do like it a lot though.
it being like going through a turbulent time and like for me, as stressed as I've ever been and like as like in a weird headspace I've ever been, like it's always like external factors that kind of like bring me back, and I'm like, no, I mean, you know, like when you have, you know, you're taking a shower in the morning and you have your panic attack about how we're all gonna die no matter
Yeah.
what, and you start to spiral. You think about, you know, why? Then what's the point in anything? And then you're like, oh, well, like, you know, societal agreements and the beauty of nature and like friends and family. You know, that happens. You know, maybe
Exactly.
like once a month in the shower. We all have that.
once
So
a month.
I
Once a-
really fucked with that. I don't have
Maybe-
it to the
maybe not that
Lucky.
often.
I mean, like bi-weekly.
That's worse.
Wait, no, it's
Your hourly shower panic attack.
Hourly.
weekly. Okay, daily. All right, we get it, dude. No, but it's I don't know. It's like that's the thing. Like I obviously don't feel it to the depth that the narrator
Sure.
and then
Right.
him feel in making this. But it's still, I related a lot to that, where it's like the things that ground me from like spiraling into I almost said nepotism, into nihilism, is just like the beauty of like hope and all that can offer, and like that's really, you know,
Right.
I guess for me all things come back to that.
On.
So
Right.
yeah, exactly. And so I really fucked with that, just kind of that vibe the whole time, especially the part about I guess it's the first part.
The only thing that keeps me from driving this car, half-light jackknife into the canyon at night. Signs and wonders, Perseus aligned with a skull. Slain Medusa, Pegasus, a light from us all.
And he never concretely says it, but kind of like implies, it's like talking about like, you know, the only thing that keeps me from just ending it all is like in the song the constellations at night, but like the natural world it offers, I don't know, I find it offers great like solace and clarity on things to just think about like, oh, this is my point in this like immense spectrum of time, and I will go on as so many before have, and like shit like that. I fucked with it. I don't know. I like it a lot.
I like it too. I personally, I don't know if it's weird, but I just like the way that he like lyricizes suicide. Like
Yeah.
what the only thing that keeps me from cutting my arm, crosshatch warm bath, holiday and after dark, like it. That's I don't know. It's beautiful in a way.
It's like
Yeah.
It's like to someone who's never like experienced any sort of thoughts like that or never had any exposure to anyone who may have thought like that. I feel like it's like a graphic but essential representation of those feelings.
The only thing that keeps me from cutting my arm, crosshatch, warm bath, holiday in after dark. Signs and wonders, water stain writing the wall. Daniel's message, blood of the moon on us all.
Like it's
Right.
just like it's hard to empathize with something until something like breaks the way you think about it, and then you really realize what someone is thinking or going through. And I feel like he really does that super well in this song.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when I found this album, but I was listening to it and I understood it was like incredibly sad. But when I heard this song and I heard him say, "Should I tear my eyes out now? Everything I see comes back to you somehow." Or returns to you somehow, I think is literally what he says.
Yeah.
I was like, what is he talking about? Like I have to listen to this again. Like he's like, this is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But like this album is like a snapshot of like the deepest sadness that you feel in your life, and it's just it's incredible, and it's just
really sad.
it's wild, but it's beautiful at the same time that he's
Yeah.
able to synthesize it in this way.
The other thing, like his voice might not be a strong suit to a lot of people, but I think he really shines in his instrumentals, like his breakdowns for songs, and maybe not particularly in this album, but like some in Illinois and like some of his earlier albums where he really focuses on instrumentals. He does some like beautiful things with some breakdowns.
Does so I know that he plays the guitar predominantly, and I've seen him play a banjo. Does he play like a lot of the instrument tracking on shit, or does he like have a band? Like, is he playing the piano on this album, or would that probably be someone else?
I'm not exactly sure.
Because the piano work on this album is fucking crazy good.
He has to
beautiful.
like, I don't know how much of the piano he plays, but he has to play some sort of like synthesizer with how much like electronic music he makes. I'm sure he has to.
I know he does play piano, so I would assume he did it on this album, because I've seen some of him live performing other songs like Neptune and songs like that.
Gotcha.
So I know he can play the piano.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also like, just with this kind of music, and especially an album this personal, typically if you can play the instrument, you will.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's a really good
Isn't there a way to see that on Genius?
The acoustic guitar was very heavy on this album, which I liked a lot. I think it's acoustic, right? It sounds good.
Yeah. It sounds.
At first, I thought it was like mandolin almost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very, very
but
high chords.
I kind of found myself getting like lulled, like in a good way, into the. Sometimes lulling can be like falling asleep, but like I got like lulled into it a little bit. The songs, like it honestly made me pay attention a little bit more, I think, than I usually would.
Interesting.
I think I enjoyed this album more because of this. It kind of like created a rhythm that I really just could like listen to, and I wasn't, there's not a lot, like most songs, there's not a lot going on in the background,
right.
Like I could see, obviously he had some help, obviously there's some production, but like, he could sit down in a room and just kind of at least make like the melody or the beat and just kind of sing whatever he wants to. I think that part added a lot for me.
It's definitely hypnotic in a way, like the finger picking and the cycling of it to create the rhythm, like it and that being the primary instrumentation on so many different parts of so many of the songs, like it does kind of suck you into it.
Yeah, I like how it almost starts like positively on like the first track, Death with Dignity. It's like a little cheerful but still like melancholy almost.
Yeah,
it's such a cool vibe that he goes with for the entire album.
Then as you get further on, you go, oh man, this is like getting worse.
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
Oh no. But like,
and then it ends on like a weird, not happy note, not brutally sad either, but just kind of, I mean, I guess it ends in the way that life ends, where
it just kind of ends.
Yeah.
That's it.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's like, it feels like he sat with these emotions for just the right amount of time to be able to put them out and like have someone who's going through the same thing really understand them, because he has the deep sorrow and he has like the laughter through the sadness, like the laughter to cut out that deep sadness, and then when it ends, it kind of just ends and floats away like how life just moves on, like you can't just stop and be permanently sad for the rest of forever. Like you kind of come to a conclusion and your feelings conclude as well as they can. Maybe it's a great conclusion, maybe it's not, but then you just try and keep moving forward, I haven't had any significant losses in a while, but that kind of sums up well like the most recent like death in the family I had or something like that,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it just brings you back to the relatability of sad music. That, I don't know. It's just
Everyone
cool to like
is
be
sad at some
retrospective.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the toughest manly brolic men like Jamie. Jamie's brolic now. Jamie's huge.
True.
Yeah, Dylan, that was his first thing he said to me when he saw me for the first time since like the wedding on Saturday.
Jamie,
he
you're
said,
looking
You're
brolic.
looking brolic. I was like, thank you.
Heck
Thank
yes.
you.
I said brolic to some people at work today, and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "You don't know the word brolic? Like, it's such a great word."
Probably would go over my head if I heard it. TBH.
We was that a word was that an SAT word we learned? I don't remember. I
I
don't
don't
remember when we learned that word. It may have been junior year in high school. From our fuck, which one was junior year? Language and composition wasn't junior year. Was it?
Yeah. It doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
but yes,
because
it
the other one was
Yeah.
fucking English fuck off lit or whatever the fuck.
What are you talking about?
Dude, that class was weirdish, like pointless. That class is
I
a
liked it.
testament to like the stupidness of a lot of the American school system curriculum. Like the books were good, but like
Yeah, dude, I
learning
honestly had an
for a
awesome
test?
teacher. And
Oh, I had an
I
awesome
kinda-
teacher too. That class was like fucking dope. I read most of my favorite books were read in that
Wait,
class. However, like
really?
the AP test itself, waste of time.
Oh, the AP,
Yeah,
just the AP
all that
test
shit.
itself. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
criticism.
No,
Yeah.
well, yeah, and just like the fact that it's standardized testing is pretty dumb as well. There's a lot behind my feelings about that, but the books were great. And my teacher was good. Like,
Yeah, I was about to
he
say
was
I
a guy.
kind of
Like
like
a
the
lot.
books and the class.
uh,
Sorry, I thought you were saying the class was kind of.
No, the class was fine. It was just like I didn't learn anything in English class after sophomore year of high school. My writing got better junior year, but I didn't really learn many new things. I would say. I don't know.
Listener, sound off in the
Kinda maxed
comments
out.
about your favorite book in English class.
Then I had to,
That's a
and
lot
it
of fun.
should
Nice.
be a 1984 Lord of the Flies banger.
Ass.
Nick, hold your peace.
Ass.
Hold your peace, bro. Hold your peace.
So bad.
You're gonna suck my ass, Mar, bro.
Oh shit.
That did happen in that. Yeah, that was a thing
Yeah.
in the book.
There's some fucking bangers. Heart of Darkness.
I didn't
But
know
if
that.
you like Hemingway,
Wuthering
you're an
Heights?
old alcoholic, or you want to be an old alcoholic. I'm convinced of that.
Brave New
Hemingway's-
World was really good too.
That's fair.
That sounds dope.
Never read that.
It's pretty much it's kind of like 1984. It's really cool.
It makes me
Honestly,
think
you
of
should read it
Treasure
now.
Planet though, and I've never known why. Just my brain linked
Treasure
those
Planet,
two synapses, and I don't know.
incredible
why.
movie. Incredible.
I've
Yeah.
also never seen it, so
Never seen
What?
it either.
can't
You don't
vouch.
get it, dude.
But I have read Heart of Darkness, and I wrote my final paper for that class comparing it with Apocalypse Now. Both phenomenal pieces of media. Very cool. Very cool.
Nice, bro.
But yeah, so you talked about the first song. I some of the first lyrics I wanted to make note of about the album is I really like they're mentioned throughout, but they're kind of spread throughout, but they're combined in the fifth verse where it says, "I forgive you, mother, I can hear you, and I long to be near you, but every road leads to an end."
I forgive you, mother, I can hear you, and I long to be near you, but every road leads to an end. Yes, every road leads to an end. You're
I think those are very poignant lyrics about the fact that, like, forgiveness does not always, like, so you can come to forgiveness and you can come to acceptance, but those
Right.
two things are not always copacetic.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not always
you
like
can
cathartic.
you can forgive something while at the same time you have the duality of, like, forgiveness doesn't mean you can go back to normal or, like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
appreciate it. I think that
Yeah.
it's very a large part of forgiveness is that acceptance. It doesn't have like a fairy tale ending all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say often it doesn't at all, because it's just the idea of I forgive whatever, but at the same time it's like I know that this will negatively impact, like, you and me or the royal us.
Right.
I just think it's really cool
Yeah,
to, like,
it's realistic.
the way that he says that and then brings in realism where it's like, I can forgive whatever, but that doesn't mean, that doesn't mean we can be happy-go-lucky, You just have to
Exactly.
accept reality at the same time. Thought that was very cool. And I was like, I'm going to write that down.
There you go.
And then I didn't write down my full thought, and so I had to come to that on air, which is often
okay.
what happens.
Sure. Yeah, I like that he's super, like, I don't know, transparent about his relationship or lack thereof with his mom, which is really cool. So, like, a lot of people, once again, could relate to that. Yeah, it comes up a lot. I mean, I guess in the album about his mom, how much they like don't really have the best relationship, and that comes up in the next song about being left or forgotten at the video store.
When I was three, maybe 4, she left us at that video store. Oh, be my rest, be my fantasy. Oh, be my rest, be my fantasy.
Right. Yeah, like weird hit or miss childhood memories.
Exactly. About how, like, he's, like, trying to not necessarily just, like, piece together this fabricated like, past of, like, the good times and the bad times, but, like, how he just wants to remember the good in whatever he had with his mom, which I think a lot of people would do, because, like, why would you still hold on to the bad after,
Right. Once death is final, albeit, like, literal like atrocities and shit, just like the minor negative things, it's like, it doesn't really, as long as you're not, like, lauding the person as a saint, it doesn't really help to hold on to the negative tinged things and just be like, you know what, they're dead, we've moved on, I'm gonna remember the nicer moments instead of the parts where it's like, the more human kind of
the more realistic forgetful nature that
barring
humans are.
Literal terrible things people do,
sure, because those are probably going to stick around.
This covers minor negative experiences,
Of course.
Not anything major, not anything concrete. I think I don't know, it's kind of like the it's the same shit that I feel like whenever I hear, like, No Hard Feelings and shit like that.
By
the Ava Brothers. One of my favorite songs. That's another one of the songs we've talked about it. I think we talked about it either last week or the week before. Just, there are songs that, like, I know that I love, and they're immaculate songs, but, like, they actually will put me in a sadder mood if I listen to them. Like, I can't just listen to them whenever. No Hard Feelings is one of those for me. The Fire, another Ava Brothers song that does for me. No Hard Feelings, I've always fucked with that. The idea of, like, when everything else is going away, am I gonna hold on to, these human grudges, or will I, go peacefully, I guess.
That's honestly a really great song to kind of parallel with this album, like, like breaking things down to their bare bones principles, like when it comes down to it, why would you hold on to this? Like when we're all gonna die, when you're able to when you're actually able to forgive someone, when something that happened to you hurt you, but in a way that wasn't enough to permanently scar you, why are you still holding on to it? It's like,
especially after death.
Yeah, especially after death, and it's like, it's just such an intelligent perspective to have in a way, but more than intelligent, like, just well-rounded, and like someone who's it seems like one of those things that only comes with age, that, like, you only get from experiencing life, that you can't learn from, like, you might see it in a movie and be like, hey, that guy's smart, but you don't actually, like, know how to do it until you go through it.
Internalize it.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Internalizing, yeah. What is it, the difference between wisdom and knowledge?
I don't know. You tell
Whatever.
me.
Street
Knowledge
smarts.
is knowing. Knowledge is knowing. Tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad.
Amen, brother. Amen.
That kind of shit. That's. I love the
God.
simplest idioms that literally.
Are
There's
universal.
like it's like the laws of physics. There's like everything comes back to energy, mass, and momentum. It's like the same thing, but like emotionally. Like it comes back to regret, acceptance. I don't know. They're harder to quantify, but yeah.
Right.
Like I love just simple shit that you hear and you're like, aha, yeah. And then you're like, oh wait, no, that's a fucking bar. Like that's facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, I think that's just another thing where it's like once you have like your own situation to like kind of parallel with it, it really resonates a lot more.
Yep. Completely agree.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the moments, like the moment where I was like, oh shit, like I'm an adult now, and so adults we're all making up life. And I had that realization where it's like we're all pretending every day that we know what we're doing. I'm like,
Yeah, it's so
I
true.
just ask questions. Like I was back home in Raleigh this past weekend, and we went to like shoot basketball at NC State on a court that should theoretically be unlocked if like the gym's open. And we walked down there, and there was a lock on the gate, and me and Nick were like, we could just go ask them. They probably just forgot. And the guy we were with, he was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's another reason. I'm like, we just ask him though,
Yeah.
because it's like I realize that I'm like, we all just like are doing our best. So like,
True.
it doesn't hurt to ask
Probably
and
forgot.
get clarity.
So,
Did he forget?
they did. Yeah.
Yeah. He went up and they were like, oh shit,
nice.
yeah, my bad. And then they unlocked
Hell
it.
yeah.
It's just
There you
that it's those kind of moments where I'm like, man, I didn't think so, but I have like mentally matured
a mild bit of
since
world
the last time I
knowledge.
encountered this
It's
kind
just-
of situation.
It's just like relating to another person as like a bare bones human. You're like, oh, I forget shit all the
Right.
time. Like they probably just forgot to unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I was in
I'm
college.
just like, oh.
Like yeah, I was tired.
Yeah, we've all been there.
I definitely, working in Tally, forgot to unlock doors for like
Absolutely.
especially early morning shit.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
it's like, oh,
I
whatever.
was.
It's all about
I
like,
was barely
life
alive.
comes back to just having empathy. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And a lot more can get done if you just go, they probably just fucked up. I did it too.
No biggie.
Who cares?
Eh,
As long
Yeah.
as it gets done at the end of the day, everything else is a matter of convenience, not necessity. So,
exactly.
There you go.
It's whatever. We're all gonna die.
if I'm the one that has to die at the end of my life, then let me live it how I want.
Damn,
Who's
put
that
that on
by?
a T-shirt,
Within
dude.
reason.
Who's that by?
Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Oh, it probably is. on a
Within
t-shirt.
reason, if there are caveats, if you're not harming others, both physically, mentally, there are caveats. But bar, life,
Of course.
the lifetime
Bar.
Bar.
Ethan, do you have any other big favorites or big highlights? Like I know we talked about
in
the
the
only
album?
thing. I know we talked about. Is it Death with Dignity? Death and Dignity? Death with
yeah, death
Yeah,
with
Death with
dignity.
I got you.
Dignity.
That's the first one.
I
Talking
think.
about the big one?
Let's see. If we're talking about like my personal favorites with Sufjan Stevens songs are his breakdowns, not really his vocals, but like, I mean, like at the end of the album, the Blue Bucket of Gold ending is super good, and I'm not sure where other kind of melodies come up, but I'll kind of list off some of his other songs that I love. That I don't know if any of the listeners care, but let's see.
Sound out.
I mean,
They're a captive
Chicago.
audience. Who cares?
Chicago has some
Hey.
great
Audience.
melodies.
Audience.
Let's see. One of my favorites ever is Wallowa Lake Monster. That's off the Greatest Gift album. I think that's the one he did after this one.
Okay.
Yeah, just like I don't know the way that he can put emotion into his instrumentals is like breathtaking. Is the only word I can describe it. And Neptune, you guys have to listen to Neptune. It's such a sad song, but the ending of it just the instrumentals, it's incredible.
All right, I'll check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read in an interview like before we did this that Sufjan said that like we talked about in Blue Bucket of Gold, how he ends the album on a bit of an ambiguous note, not really ambiguous, but just not completely conclusive.
Just leaves it.
Yeah, and I read in an interview that he said his thoughts weren't really concise and conclusive about the subject, so he just wanted to end the album on something that he felt like was bigger than himself, which was like the instrumentation that he chose to end the album with. And I just thought that was a really intelligent way to do it. Like, I can't think of the best words to describe this. Let me make the feeling with what I know how to do.
Exactly. Yeah,
I mean, that's ultimately what music is.
Exactly. I saw the entire album as kind of like his like kind of open therapy letter in a way, and that's just like kind of how he wanted to leave it, you know, just like, okay, I'm done. That's I feel a little better. Got to think on this, but I'm finished now.
Yeah, and at least in the excerpts of interviews that I read while I was like reading through Genius and things like that, reading about the lyrics.
Sure.
That seemed kind of like what his interview answers were like. People would ask him about lyrics in the songs, and he would just give very literal answers. Be like, yeah, this is exactly how I felt. Like, yeah, I was doing a lot of drugs and like not being good to myself because I like felt terrible. Like like he was just like completely honest and like succinct about it. Like someone asked him if I think it's the third or fourth song on the album. They asked him if it was about an abusive relationship, and he was just like, yeah, like almost as if like, yeah, like you heard it too, like it's there.
You heard the song.
Yeah. But like he was just very like literal about it. Like people were just theorizing, and he was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that like that's what happened. That's how I felt. That's what I put in the song.
Yeah. That's just such a good album.
Yeah.
Put the heart on ink.
Yeah. The song I was talking about was
on paper.
Was Drawn to the Blood, I think. The fourth song.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. It is interesting the other scenarios that he doesn't dive into many. It's mostly just about his relationship with like his mom and his stepdad and his family. But it is interesting the parallel situations that he weaves in that have similar feelings, like similar emotions and sadness. But
yeah,
I feel like
I mean this is kind of like, I don't know, like everyone has like an album for when they're sad. I'm sure like you guys probably have a
absolutely
like back pocket sad song. I know Jamie shared his. Nick, Jordan, do you guys have a sad song or sad album?
Wait, did I miss Jamie?
Go first, Nick.
Jamie, what was yours?
Even Brothers.
The one I mentioned would be No Hard Feelings. If I had to choose, I couldn't choose one though. Yeah, I got a lot of back pocket sad shit.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean me too.
Yeah, and also me too. Off the top of my head, I do listen to. I tend to listen to, The Neon Skyline by Andy Schauf whenever I'm sad, because it has upbeat moments, but the end of the album, like the last four songs, go through kind of like a hill and valley scenario where like it gets really sad, but the last song ends on a conclusive, like smart and emotionally whole note, kind of like this album, where it's not just you sitting in your sadness. It's like yeah, you're sad, but there's more to it. Like
it's intelligent about it.
Yeah. It's not wallowing.
I was gonna say "Jealous" by Labyrinth is one I listened to in high school because when my first girlfriend broke up with me, I literally just looked up like saddest songs to listen to on the internet. And
nice.
Was like one of the first things that came up. It actually ended up being a good song too.
It is good. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Jordan, I know you're a Labyrinth fan. You gotta watch Euphoria.
Oh, is he on there?
He
makes the
he makes
soundtrack
like
to
pretty
it.
much all the music for the show.
Oh,
His
shit.
music's the best part
I-
of it, probably.
Probably.
Cat, bro.
No, that's not
Because
true.
it's set in
There's
high
some-
school,
there's some
bro.
good
It's set in
scenes.
high school, bro.
There's some good scenes, but it's
30-year-old high schoolers?
Zendaya like 36,
Yeah, right?
buddy. Okay, let's just get over that.
That's slander. No Zendaya slander on the pod.
But
all right.
but I was also
Exactly.
gonna say I also have a problem because you guys know I listen to high high beat music. Like usually I listen to not sad stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So sometimes I will listen to music when I'm sad, but mostly like, and I don't get sad often. So when I do get sad, like a lot of things, like most people, it's hard to enjoy the things you once liked because there's kind of just an emptiness.
Yeah, of course.
It's like,
Sure.
oh, let me watch this TV show. It's like it doesn't bring the same kind of joy because you're still thinking about the sad thing that happened. But some people do cope with that by listening to music and like relating to a feeling with
Yeah.
others. But I don't know if I love doing that.
You just
I don't
sit
really
with
know
your
if I like
thoughts?
relating when I am sad. Like I know people like to be heard, but for some reason when I'm sad, I kind of just like to like experience it as much as possible. I don't know
That's
why,
metal.
but I know there will be happier days, and I think I can think
Yeah.
about that while I'm sad as
I get it.
well. So I just let myself like feel it for a couple
Yeah.
days.
So you like
I
don't want to
really
connect it to music in a way.
Yeah, because I know if I listen to music, also they'll be like
That's
you said, like
hardcore.
times where like, dude, after I forgot what kind of made me do that, but I think after I went through it the first time, I knew that I would be happier at some point later in my life, and I think I like really just nailed down the fact that like it's a temporary feeling,
yeah,
but I have to feel it to get better at some point.
right.
So,
at a
like-
certain point, you have to like process. But it's funny because I have the same thoughts. I just use music to aid in that therapeutics. Like I think my go-to sad song would be probably like "Slow It Down" by the Lumineers, which as far as
But
sad
yeah,
music
Lumineers.
goes, it's not a sad song necessarily. Like, but just everything about it really fits as like a vehicle to expression.
Yeah.
I
That's
think,
a great
which
way
is-
of putting it. Yeah.
yeah, because I don't use it necessarily like I don't listen to sad lyrics necessarily, but it's more
Right.
so if it gives the feeling that allows like
The vessel.
yeah, it's just a vessel for that emotion. Then I like it, and it doesn't like if I listen to that song when I'm happy, it doesn't it doesn't tarnish that memory for me.
Right.
It's just if I'm sad, I'm probably gonna throw that on. Elephant by Jason Isbell's getting thrown on.
Phew.
Dancing on My Own by
By Robin?
no the Callum Scott cover,
Oh, okay.
not the Robin song.
I was like that
one's
song's
getting thrown
upbeat.
on.
You should watch Kings of Leon has like a BBC One like cover of Dancing
Uh-huh.
on My Own. It's good.
I check it out. I fuck with the piano that's added to it by Callum Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. What album would I put on that? That's a hard one. I don't know, like a sad album though. I don't think I have.
Not an entire album.
Weak, bro.
I don't
You're not
think
sad
so.
enough. Phoebe Bridgers, Stranger
yeah.
in the Alps.
Get sad.
That album didn't make me actually as sad as I feel like it should have.
You
when
didn't-
when I listened to it.
You
the
didn't.
week
You
for the
didn't hear
podcast.
Funeral. You didn't hear Smoke Signals, bro. That's crazy.
I felt it. I was too busy being like, damn, these melodies are so good.
They are really good.
I couldn't get sad to it. I was too focused on being blown away by like just the vocal lines.
I feel you.
But I was gonna say also a song that I hit on was 4th of July. I think that's his most popular one.
Mhm.
But like 4th of July, we're all gonna die.
Well, you do enough talk, my little hawk. Why do you cry? Tell me, what did you learn from the Tillamook burn or the 4th of July? We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
that was the most blatant lyrics I probably.
Yeah, I think
heard.
that's the one that gets a lot of people, where it's just like, oh shit, he actually said it.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's like no metaphors or anything. He's
Yeah.
like, and
We're
the
all
way he
gonna
compels it in his
die.
voice too is very.
And he says it like 15 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says it a
Yeah.
lot in this song.
We're all gonna die.
I think he executes it very well. So the
Mhm.
repetition, I think, actually makes it better. It's
Yeah.
kind of catchy. If that's a good thing, I don't really know.
It's like the thing that the like strategy that people use where they'll be like, fuck, what is it called? It's like a therapy technique where it's like internalizing things. It's like, you deserve happiness, and then you say like, oh yeah, and then they keep repeating it until you break down and really take it to heart.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that idea.
Yeah.
Just like the repetition kind of like it makes you like internalize instead of just brush
yeah.
it off.
Because it's true.
It's a strategy.
All gonna die. Life is finite.
Yeah, I'd say I like that one a lot too.
Gotcha.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think like the lyricism on this album is like incredible, but I don't have a ton more notes or anything. Like Blue Bucket of Gold is like I think the last song I really kind of like just really felt the lyricism of, and how like so the Blue Bucket of Gold is kind of like an old, not wives' tale, but it was almost like a myth of there was supposed to be this mine in Oregon where he grew up that had enough gold that you could fill a blue bucket, was like the old myth. I did blue bucket in quotes because like, what does that mean?
Sure.
I don't really know, but like and that blue bucket gold mine, that like thing that you want to find that will fulfill you, that is not really there, was like the relationship that he wanted with his mom. It was like the thing that he thought would fulfill him, but like he never got the chance to get.
Yeah.
Like that metaphor, when I realized what that was and when I read about it, I was like, Jesus, dude. Like,
Yeah.
the rest of this album was already crazy sad, but
Like, good God, man. Yeah.
but it was just, you know, just a testament to the work he put into it.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. I just like, I don't know. This isn't his like saddest album, because I think that's Illinois.
Really? Okay.
Like what?
I'll have to check it out.
There's Casimir Pulaski Day on the album Illinois is so sad. Oh my gosh. Like it. Yeah.
Right after this is like, oh, this is.
I'm just amazed. I was
know.
telling Jamie that I felt like this album was so sad that it's in like a league of its own. Like when I listen to it, I don't really get that sad because it's like such an acute emotion that I don't feel for like years of my life, and then it happens again, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot I could feel this way. But
Right. Yeah.
but like, I don't know. I'll have to investigate. Sadder than this might not be possible.
I mean, yeah, it's like, well, that's how I found Sufjan Stevens in the first place. Was I was at dinner with my parents, and like I was like, guys, I really like this new song, but it's pretty sad, and so we go like around the table and we try to like one up each other on to get a more sad song.
Uh-huh.
And then my mom comes up with Casimir Pulaski Day by Sufjan Stevens, and I was like, holy shit, what is this? And it was
Bro,
my
I'm
new
reading-
favorite
I'm
song.
reading, I'm reading about like what it's about, and it has good potential for being just
It's-
a fucking
It's up there. I mean,
brutally
the
sad song.
yeah, the melodies are so good. I mean, it's a Sufjan Stevens song, so it's gonna be great. But I don't know. Yeah, you guys need to check it out. That'll put you in an existential spiral for sure.
I'll save it for a rainy day.
Yeah, there you go.
Lit.
But yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I love Sufjan Stevens. Is like, I don't know. It's not like, I don't know. It's a comforting kind of sad. It's not like bawl my eyes out kind of sad. It's just like a nice melancholy, which is kind of where I like to live my life. You know, a good balance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. It is strangely comforting in a way that I don't really know how to describe. That I don't really know how to say why it's comforting. But his music is strangely like it just lets you know that someone else has felt the same things as you because of the way it articulates itself. You know?
Yeah. It's kind of like a hug and a pat on the back. With a "we're all gonna die" whispered in your ear.
yeah. There you go. what a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Put that in an article.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that also that sums up my notes as well. We covered we didn't cover concretely my notes, but I feel like we covered more important things than the notes I took on this album.
I feel you.
So I feel good
Yeah.
if everyone else wants to go ahead and give our ratings for the album.
I'm great.
If anyone else has any final thoughts first.
I'm Gucci.
Okay.
I think I'm all summed up.
Okay.
Go listen to more Sufjan Stevens.
There you go.
There you go. I should do that. At least the Pulowski Day song.
Yes.
I will listen
that
to that.
Neptune and Willowa Lake Monster. Those are my three
There
that
you
you guys need to listen to.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, okay, well then, Ethan, you get to go first. You chose the album. You get to adjudicate first. And then Nick and Jordan, you get to go. And then I'll go and announce next week's episode.
I will give this album we'll go 8.9 because it's an amazing album, but if I listen to it on repeat, I would never come out of my room. So,
Fair.
I feel you.
Fair.
I feel you.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick with the rating I had in my head off the dome. I'm gonna go with a 9 flat, just to edge you out just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because it's hypnotic. It's beautiful. It's perhaps the saddest album overall that I can think of off the top of my head. It's great. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
I'll give it a 5.
Okay, fair.
Solid, Jordan.
Again, I'm just not one who can listen to an album like this over and over again, but I think I like it enough, like from listening to it just like a couple times, you know.
Honestly, Jordan, that's more than I thought you would like
too.
it. So that's it.
It's weird. I like very niche things. It
Yeah.
definitely fits it. But
It's a win in my book.
awesome.
I think I'm gonna give it. I'm also gonna stick with my original rating I gave. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I think, and that's predominantly the negative points would be I just don't fuck with his vocals, and these ratings are entirely subjective. Objectively, this album's probably like a 9. Subjectively, 6.5.
That's fair.
I don't know. It's inexplicable. I just don't really. I don't know. Maybe in time I will come to accept his vocals.
That's okay. Check out the other songs. They have more instrumentals.
I will also do that. I will definitely take a look.
Neptune.
But that brings it to an average rating of 7.35. And I fixed the rating system, so I fixed the ranking function in Excel finally. So every other number before this, below like the top 5, is all a lie. But now we're in the official ranking era, and this comes in at 20th, which is just below 19 by Adele and Daughtry by Daughtry, which are both tied for 19th, and just above How to Be a Human Being and Decoration Day, which are both tied for 21st.
It's a good spot for it.
I can't believe How to Be a Human Being got a 9.5 from me and 6.5 from Nick and 6 from Jordan.
Hey,
Tragedy.
it's not that
Yeah,
good.
it sounds a
Bro,
kind
you
of
give it a
offended.
6. That's pretty good.
What I give Heat Waves though.
We just came back in. Nick had a little bit of an audio mishap, but it's fine.
But I caught it.
Literally, basically nothing was missed, unlike prior incidents. And I did forget to start the audio back up. So Nick didn't contribute to our discussion about where it placed in the rankings, but it's fine. Next week, we're going to be listening to... we're going to be joining the Skeleton Crew. We're going to be listening to Vessel by 21 Pilots. And we are going to be joined by another first-time guest, Jordan's friend, Zach, that me and Nick don't know. So if next week doesn't go well, it's Jordan's fault.
Dude, Zach
Usually is.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be good. We haven't had a bad one yet, except like the first 5 episodes. But we discounted.
Don't listen to the first 20 episodes.
Yeah, bad is like first 5. Passable is up until probably like episode 20, 21. You know, I don't know what those are off the top of my head, but we got better. Yeah, so that's what we're doing next week. Exciting. I don't think I've listened to 21 Pilots and for the most part like 7 years. So that's exciting. Gonna be a bit of a blast from the past. Yeah, well, I guess we can just wrap this one up with kind of what we've been listening to recently. For me, I've been playing the hell out of Peach Pit's new album, From 2 to 3.
Had a
Me too,
feeling.
brother.
Phenomenal. Dare I say an early
Incredible.
album of the year pick for me. I had an idea of what it was going to be. I didn't anticipate liking the album this much, but it's fire. Still J. Cole. Don't know why. Doesn't fit in with anything else I've been listening to, but I've been fucking with the off-season still. And also, me and Nick saw St. Paul and the Broken Bones in concert, so obviously been listening to them,
nice.
especially Alien Coast, a lot more. It's been back on the rotation as well. But
Great stuff.
that probably sums it up.
You want to go next?
Who? Me?
I said Ethan, do you want to go next?
Oh,
my bad.
yeah.
My bad.
I've been listening to, let's see, re-listening to 1975.
Oh.
By Taylor Swift?
Yeah, no, the band.
Wait, that's 19.
You capping?
Come on, Jordan.
Jordan's a fake Swiftie?
Also Mimi Barks, just a very very small European screamo girl.
Okay.
She has like barely
Let's
any
go.
listeners, and when I bought her merch, this is her merch, and she like
Oh, cool.
she like sent me a letter with it, being like, "Dude, thank you so much." It was like
Oh,
super
fuck yeah.
sweet.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hell yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of Mimi Barks.
Yeah, I've been listening to for some reason last week I got really into that song Bitch Where and that City of God song with Fabio and Kanye and Alicia Keys. Dude, that's like I just love the beat and Alicia Keys' voice is just so good. So I like played that like over and over again.
You said Bitch Where? Is it a Chief Keef song?
Dude, that song is so good. You
I
like
don't know
good.
this song. I don't think.
listen, it's like a 2-minute song.
Sosa's
Just listen
back,
to it.
baby. Sosa's back.
It's so good. I think it's really good. It has a lot of horns in it, and I love like trumpets and stuff, and oh, it sounds so good. But other than that, I've kind of been just shuffling my stuff again. Going through a little bit of a low point in my
Life?
playlist right now. Yeah, I'm trying to find like I'm listening to Kanye's discography again. Haven't listened to too much, but I'm still listening to like Paranoid and RoboCop and stuff from
Gotcha.
808s and Heartbreak. It's still pretty good.
Nice.
I need to get through a couple more albums though. Just a long discography. But yeah, I'm like skipping a lot of songs in the car. I realize I'm like nothing's really hitting right now.
It happens.
But
You go through
Yeah.
moods.
yeah, that's it for me.
I feel you. Yeah, for me, a fair amount of St. Paul. I've also been rinsing the Peach Pit album. I told Jamie in person I used to clown him for being a fan just to mess with him because like they're pretty like they've always been pretty good, but I honestly love this new album. Not as much as you, Jamie, but it's like it's up there for like one of my favorite albums of the year so far. And I like I love like a lot of the music videos they've put out for it, like the whole energy around it, really great.
Fantastic album.
Yeah, I still haven't listened to it, so I guess I gotta.
It's great. It's great.
Mikey finally busts out his harmonica playing abilities.
Little lap steel going on.
It's fucking, it's crazy,
incredible.
But it's great. I love it.
For an indie country boy like myself, incredible.
Exactly. Incredible. My album came in the mail a day before it was supposed to, so that was hype.
Nice.
It's not like a special. Nice. It's not worth showing.
Yeah. You hooked those speakers up yet?
Huh? Yeah. No, I hooked them up when I got back.
Okay.
Yeah, I hooked them up like the night I got back, and then it was too quiet, or it was like 1 a.m. So I was like, I couldn't really show Vic the range. But then last night, I like equalized it, and then I like cranked the volume and played Heat Waves, and she was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Right."
Oh, wait, did you already get those speakers?
Yeah, I bought them Saturday night.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. That's funny. You bought them like in Raleigh, so they could be like there when you got back.
Yeah, I was like, dude, as soon as I have like 2 drinks and I can be like, okay, yeah, I can easily pay this $130 or whatever. I was like, all right, purchased, and it was done. And then they were here, and I've set them up. I'm gonna listen to them after. Actually, I have to run errands, and then I'm gonna listen to them after this as well, probably. So
nice,
very exciting.
I got you.
All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and with that, we can go ahead and wrap this one up then. I just wanted to say thanks for listening this week, and thank you to Ethan for joining us. It was a great time. Remember to tune in next week.
Check in the mail.
Yeah. We'll get a checking account and we'll settle up. We'll settle up.
Thanks.
Just make sure you cash it after maybe this Friday. Gotta move a little bit of money around first.
If you could wait a couple weeks to cash it, we'll
just no more complications, okay? Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, remember to tune in next week for probably the final guest spot. The guest episode in this spot. We're gonna be taking a look at Vessel by 21 Pilots with new Jordan Zach. Be sure to listen to it as much as you want, kind of have your own thoughts, and mentally join in the discussion with us. Also, once again, if you want to keep up with the show or share your thoughts about this week's episode, check out the social accounts. We're on Twitter at ListUpPodcast and Instagram at ListenUpPod. Those accounts, as well as our personal handles and the merch link that I mentioned at the top of the show, are going to be in the description of wherever you found this episode. And finally, if you enjoyed this episode, if you wanted to throw a rating or review on your respective platform our way, that'd be great. Other than that, for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.